Today's NAO report acknowledges that there have been some successes in dealing with drug misuse, but says the evidence also points to problems from the start in keeping chaotic drug misusers on a highly structured programme. The new National Offender Management Service, it says, should now shift its emphasis from starting the orders to making sure that they are effective and produce results. The research the Home Office looked at in 2000 said that the DTTO orders were promising but not proven. It said that all 3 pilot schemes struggled to retain offenders on the programme, and the large proportion of dropouts continued to use drugs of dependence and to commit crimes to support their habit.
To everybody's surprise, it was rolled out nationally in the autumn of 2000. There was no evaluation, no monitoring. Had there been, I think a lot of the problems with the DTTO would have been apparent way back then and could have been remedied. But the government didn't go down that road. There was a lot of panic in 2000 about the new drug, crack cocaine. People thought there was going to be a massive increase in crime. There was also research that showed that a lot of property crime, at least half of property crime, was drug-related. And there was a need for the government to be doing something.
I think this sentence can and does work, but I recognise there are some real criticisms in the NAO report, and we've got to make it work more effectively in future years.
Public anxiety about the links between drugs and crime has been heightened recently by a number of high-profile cases and the popular perception that a DTTO is a soft touch. In Norwich, Michael Carroll won nearly £10 million on the lottery, but admitted having more than £1,000 worth of cocaine. This week, he was given a 12-month DTTO.
The message that he sends out to young people is that it's fine to actually get involved in drugs and there won't be very serious consequences at the end of it. Not to say that drug treatment and testing orders cannot have serious effects, but it is sending out the wrong message.
As today's report has shown, there is a continuing dilemma about how to break the link between drugs and crime. But without an obvious alternative, the government is still committed to the DTTO system.
David Lomax reporting there. In a moment, Newsnight Review, but first a roundup of today's headlines. Research published today in the British Medical Journal has exposed a split in the medical profession on how to diagnose children with shaken baby syndrome. Some experts question whether the syndrome really exists. Campaigners claim some parents have been wrongly accused of abusing their children. A High Court judge has cleared the way for hundreds of families to claim compensation if doctors removed organs from their children's bodies without permission. He examined 3 test cases and ruled in favour of one family, awarding them nearly £3,000. The owner of Express Newspapers, Richard Desmond, has pulled out of the race to buy the Daily Telegraph group of newspapers. The bidding has gone above what his holding company, Northern and Shell, are prepared to offer. At least 13 people have been killed in Iraq in separate battles involving armed insurgents. At least 6 civilians are reported to have been killed in clashes with American forces in Fallujah to the west of Baghdad, and American military authorities say 7 people died during raids by the Iraqi Civil Defense Forces in the northern town of Tikrit early this morning. And the markets. The FTSE 100 share index closed down, while in New York the Dow Jones also closed down. Against the euro, the pound was up. Against the dollar, the pound was also up. I'll be back with the newspaper front pages later, but now it's over to Tim Marlowe for Newsnight Review.